Welcome back to Stockshark. Hello, everyone. It's a surprise announcement by Square on this latest acquisition of Afterpay, the Australian fintech. Also, they announced their earnings a bit earlier than originally planned on Thursday, supposed to be, but they released the earning already. So we'll be reviewing both and see where we are heading for Square. Let's look at first the earning. They're supposed to release on Wednesday or Thursday next week, but they released it already a bit earlier because of this acquisition they got to do from the regulation point of view. Let's look at this second quarter earning. Really awesome. The gross profit looked like, went through roof, 1.14 billion. And most of the profit, if you look at, it's coming from the seller segment. 60% now coming from the seller segment. 40% of the profit comes from Cash App segment, because seller segment where a lot of this the small business using their hardware, software, etc. for the payment services. And if you want to know more detail about Square business model, please look at my video I released in the prayer session about Square. Also, EBITDA gone up almost 40% from prior quarter. This is a key. So this is where it stands of between seller and cash app segment. Seller is now picking up. It's more of like when small businesses come back to uh, after this COVID situation. This is very normal to expect seller business picking up. But the good thing about the Cash App business is, looking at that Bitcoin investment and Bitcoin addition into their wallet are really attracting a lot of millennials and others in the segment, and so it's boosted the profit nicely. But even though it's a gross profit, the revenue they add slight miss about 350 million. The street was expecting around $5 billion revenue, but they posted around 4.75 billion approximately. Uh, so that's a slight miss on the revenue side, but that includes Bitcoin as well. But excluding the Bitcoin, they really posted year-over-year revenue growth. Obviously, the net income also really gone up compared to the prior quarter. But for fintech company, focus is more on gross profit and EBITDA, right? So from the revenue, the earning perspective, it's a really spectacular report one would expect, and definitely they met that expectation, I would say. Now let's quickly look into the latest acquisition of Afterpay. Uh, they proposed to acquire Afterpay for $29 billion all stock deal. That is good. The all stock deal is really good at this stage for Square. And from the news sources, it's looked like Afterpay board unanimously approved that proposal. So the Square is confident that there will be no competing bid for Afterpay. And where we go from here for SQ shareholders, right? How this SQ price will be reflecting in next few days, next few weeks. Before we go there, let's look at what is Afterpay. It's Australian fintech company with $22 billion market cap. Actually, they reached all-time high of around $176. That would valued around $35 billion. Actually, all-time high it was. But it is trading now around the market cap worth of 21-22 billion dollar. The bill me and pay later model is really picking up around the world. It's not only US, Europe, around the world it's picking up. So that definitely complements Square because this is where Amazon and PayPal are concentrating nowadays, because it's a very popular among college students, etc. When they buy furniture or some big ticket items like iMac laptop or something like that, uh, they use this service, bill me and pay later. So they pay 3 to 4 installments over the period of time to pay back their entire purchase. So these companies are really making good money out of it. So Square, in my opinion, getting into Afterpay technology would help actually complement their business, because they are already into payment business loan. So this would definitely complement their business. And good or bad deal, right? So actually, this is bad for PayPal, because now Square become very strong competitor to PayPal right now with this acquisition. If it goes well, definitely they will head on to PayPal for this service. So I would more worry on PayPal side than Square at this stage. Also, it really helps Square to get foot in Europe, as well as Australia and New Zealand. So that's really good for Square to go for international market with this acquisition, especially Asia. Ooh, this will definitely boost Square presence across the globe. Now, look at some of these similar deals, all stock deal, how stock reacted. If you remember, Facebook acquired WhatsApp. WhatsApp was not making any money at all, at the time, but it was a great technology at that time in 2014, February. So Facebook was valued around 135, 140 billion dollar, and they acquired $20 billion company with 78% stock deal and 25% cash. 2 weeks later, FB traded 20% higher, actually, from $53 to $64. So initially it went down a little bit, but Facebook traded much higher 2 weeks later, after that acquisition deal. Zoom Video recently acquired Finite for $15 billion all stock deal, 100% all stock deal. So Zoom dipped little bit, but 2 weeks later traded 12% higher from the day that the deal was announced, from 352 to 386. And I can go on with multiple examples, but this is what happens in the low interest rate environment. It's really cheap to acquire, and this is how the businesses grow. Facebook, for example, acquired Instagram and so many things. PayPal acquired $1 billion worth of bill me pay later service back in 2008, and I can go on with multiple examples. So this type of deals always look pricey, but down the road it helps that acquired company to get foot on international market and grow their business tremendously. So if you are long-term stockholder, I wouldn't worry about that. And where are we, from the technical picture? See, I would expect generally all stock deal means, there will be a knee-jerk reaction in for a day or two, where the company that acquires, the price generally dip, right? I'm looking at your monthly candle, because that is where it makes sense to look at a long-term picture. If you are a short-term trader, I would worry a little bit in next a day or two. I would suspect it could dip into 243 first, then 223. So 223 is the major support area. I think it will be held, and probably a week or two consolidation, then it will resume uptrend. But the resistance is 262. The last three times it failed at 262, 265 area, and came back to 240 area. So I expect it will dip into this area, 220, 225 area. Thereafter it will resume, and it will take on PayPal. That is how I think this technical picture would evolve. So that's all, folks. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I time to time post really great tips on various trading area. So please subscribe to it. Thank you.